It's 7 o'clock. I call this meeting of the Carl Junction Board of Aldermen to order for April 7th, 2026. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Anita Francis?
Here.
Walter Hayes?
Here.
Holly Levine?
Here.
Bob McAfee?
Here.
David Pyle?
Here.
James Shanks? Roger Spencer?
Here.
He is.
James Shanks is here. He's out of the room.
Stop.
Okay, he was, but I lost Steve, so. Roger Spencer?
Yes, and yeah.
Kara Wolford?
Here.
Okay, thank you very much. If you'll all join me for the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father, as we begin this session of the Board of Aldermen for the city of Carl Junction, we humbly ask for your wisdom and your guidance. Grant us clarity of thought and discernment as we deliberate on the matters before us, so we might make just and beneficial decisions for all of our citizens. Amen.
Thank you, Walter. Okay, up next we will approve the agenda. Does anybody have any comments or corrections for the agenda this evening?
Motion to approve the agenda. Second.
Motion by David, second by Roger to approve the agenda. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 7 in the affirmative with 1 not available. The agenda is approved. Okay, now we'll go to the consent agenda. We have previous meeting minutes from March 3rd and March 17th that need to be approved. And then the approval of the disbursements from the same period. Does anybody have any questions, comments, corrections on anything in there?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda. Second.
Okay, motion by Walter, second by David to approve the consent agenda. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 7 in the affirmative. That is approved. Okay, we will move along to public forum. If anybody's here for public forum, please come on up.
Good evening. Yeah, my name is Michael Moore. I live at 801 Delaney Drive. And I'm here to ask questions about the mayor situation. Okay, don't take this as criticism. I'm only curious and confused. And I'm not in favor of any particular person or anything. But my latest information is there's a lawsuit going on. In the meantime, Holly's here. That's fine. I'm not aware that the lawsuit's been resolved. And yet, as I pulled into my neighborhood a couple of days ago, I saw a sign for somebody for office of mayor. And I said, whoa, what's going on here? And I'm thinking, if we're going to elect another mayor, and then the judge rules in favor of Mr. Moss, are we opening ourselves up to a series of cascading lawsuits? I don't know. Furthermore, the fact there's only one person on the ballot made me wonder what's the process for this and when did this become official and possible. I saw no notice in any of the communications about this. Maybe I missed it. That's certainly possible. I don't see everything. Then I wondered, oh my gosh, what if everybody wrote in Mike Moss for mayor? Then what would happen? We'd have a mess. So I'm just wondering if someone can explain to me what's going on. Thank you.
So I can answer some of those. So to sign up to run for office, that period is in December. Usually closes around December 30th. 31st this year. Okay, it's usually open for a period of 3 weeks, I believe, 3 to 4 weeks.
I don't remember exactly how the statute is written, but
Yeah, it's by state law that.
Even if there's a lawsuit.
Okay, so that is a gray area. So there was an appeal filed by Mr. Moss that has not been resolved. It has gone to the judge, but it's been 9 months and we haven't heard anything on it. I know that he requested a stay and that was not granted. So that leads me to believe that it may go one way, but that, yeah, it's definitely a question. Mr. Tom Paul has signed up and he's the only candidate on there. So it is my assumption that Mr. Tom Paul will become mayor at the next council meeting. And then if there were to be the appeal would go in Mr. Moss's favor, then that would definitely be an issue. That would be up to some lawyers to decide, probably not Mr. Talley, but
If it was a gray area, why didn't we just sit on it and do status quo with you in place here doing what you're doing?
I think we wanted an elected official in the seat. I was elected to Ward 1 Alderman, but I was not elected to mayor. I was elected as mayor pro tem by my peers, but not by the community as a whole. So I think just we want somebody who is elected in the position. It is, kind of strange that we only had one person run. Last year we had 5 people. This year we only had one person. So.
I just was not aware, and trust me, if I was, I would have money.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that you weren't aware. We did talk about it at council meetings.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know everything.
Right.
Can I bring up one more issue, totally separate?
Sure.
At one point, I brought up the issue of a crossing not being marked for Ruby Jack Trail on Roan Street. Okay.
On what street?
Roan.
Roni. Okay.
Okay. Right as you turn right to go to the high school instead of going straight to the 2-3 school.
Okay. Yeah.
Nothing's happened on that. I understand maybe it's out of your jurisdiction, but certainly if it is, we can try to influence the state to do something about that. There's a beautifully marked intersection on JJ.
Yeah.
With signs and everything else. And I told the story about a little boy. Somebody tried to go around me and all that, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Along those lines with the train wreck that we just had, okay, if you go further up 171, you'll see numerous crossings with very steep angles on both sides, and there's signs showing a flatbed truck getting stuck, these little pictograms, right? And I would think we should consider putting one of those signs up, or at least one of them down 171, so truck drivers can see that. Maybe even a better sign that says, do not cross here, go to Ivy Road. Again, if it's out of our jurisdiction because it's a state highway, certainly we can try to influence the state officials to consider something like that. A sign like that would not necessarily have prevented, but it might have. And that would be, this wreck probably cost $500,000 or more. And then it's mess with the city's traffic flow and inconvenience people like crazy. So something like that, I ask that you consider taking some kind of action to get some signage put up about the dangers of trucks getting stuck there. Thank you.
So I know for the trailhead, part of our comprehensive plan, we are looking to expand this trailhead and add some amenities and some signage. So that should be upcoming. As far as the railroad signage, that would absolutely have to go through MoDOT, but that's something we can definitely inquire about. Thank you. Okay.
Anybody
Yes, sir.
else before we go there?
Yes.
I recused myself from the impeachment matter of Michael Moss. But I apparently missed this discussion about somebody running for the office while that matter is still being litigated. We had a discussion here, because this is hitting me as.
That's one of the positions that was open to be filed for in December.
Again, maybe I was not included in the discussion because I had recused. And that may be, but this is hitting me for the first time discussion tonight about somebody running for that office and presumably going to be elected as. Perhaps that should be discussed further. And I don't have the answer. I only have a question, the same question that I heard from the audience, and I don't know the answer. I haven't looked at the answer. And unless you've been advised by your special counsel on the subject, maybe that is true, and I wasn't privy to that. Steve, is that?
This needs to be discussed in a closed session for legal matters.
I would agree, but I will say, I mean, hypothetically, what if the appeals went on for 10 years? Would we go 10 years without a mayor? I don't think so. So that's what I would wonder about, is at what point is there a cutoff on it, and when you move forward anyway? Maybe there is a legal precedent for that, but that's what I would wonder about.
And I don't mean to suggest a view one way or the other on that. It just hit me for the first time, because that's the first I've heard of it. And I was surprised what I heard of it. So
I thought we were told we couldn't appoint anybody. It had to come to the next election
Special election.
and somebody could run. But we couldn't, as a group, appoint somebody to fill that position, ourselves. It had to go to an election time.
Yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn, so maybe this is something we will get further clarification from our special counsel and return with an answer. Okay. Would anybody else like to speak in public forum? Okay. All right, thank you very much. We'll move along to item number 6, P&Z case 2603, final plat for Foxbriar 7. Do I need to open this for a public hearing? Or did we do that last week, right? Okay. Or, okay.
It does record.
Okay. Okay. Mr. McPherson, would you like to speak on this?
We were just here if anybody had any questions. We appeared at the Planning and Zoning Commission, and I think we've answered everything there, and I think they recommended approval. One thing that I do want everybody to know is part of the plans for Plat 7 is to open Silver Oaks. It will be base rock, redo it, put a stop sign there at Fur Road. I know that everybody wants Silver Oaks. Technically, Silver Oaks has been open, but people have felt like they couldn't use it. And so in the planning and zoning meeting, we talked about taking the gates down. They've always been open, but it still makes you feel like you're going somewhere you shouldn't. And so removal of the gates, a stop sign there at Fur Road. I don't know how many people will use it. A couple of the planning and zoning board members say that they use it some right now already. We don't feel that there is a traffic issue, but if there is, that eliminates that concern. So it will be dressed very nicely and smoothed out. And the only reason not to pave it is A, the construction, and B, eventually we're still trying to get the EPA to sit down on remediation, and that's going to be some very heavy equipment. And so paving it at this point would that would be economic stupidity, for lack of a better term. But it will be open. Well, it will remain open, but better dressed and graded. And we're just here if anybody has any questions.
Who will maintain that though, as that base rock?
The construction company hired by Schuber Mitchell. If there's any issues with potholes or anything like that, it has been used enough already that you may be able to answer this better. I think that it's compacted enough now that anything that's dressed on top of that, we're probably not going to get a lot of ruts and potholes. But if it did, the construction company would fix it. And there will be some equipment around, I'm sure, that can do a touch up if need be.
If this road were to get paved without the remediation, would the EPA come in later and?
They
Problem with
are,
that?
so I'm going to speak from personal experience here. Right now, they have bought clay from my property north of Carl Junction where I live, and the trucks, the haul trucks, the dump trucks, the excavators, they built a construction road on our property, and I can tell you if it was paved, there wouldn't be anything left of it at this point. It's just to do the remediation, it's going to require some very heavy equipment for the contractors to use, whoever ultimately got that EPA project bid. So yeah, paving it right now is just, again, that would be foolish because it would just be absolutely destroyed. But it will be maintained as far as base rock. And I believe the only request was for the stop sign at Fur Road. We're here if anybody has any other concerns that they'd like addressed.
You guys have anything on this?
Just curiosity on that part. Do you think that the remediation does come about with taking that road out as part of that?
That's hard to say.
The reason for asking is just if they don't, then the compaction rates are going to be incredible.
Oh, the compaction will be,
Finally do pay this.
Yeah.
But they don't have.
yeah, you're not going to, it's going to be an incredible road if they don't have to. The remediation, I'm not sure about residential. They're just used from personal experience, they're using our clay to cap a remediation project. We just had really good clay that they wanted, and I wanted ponds. So it worked out. But I don't know as far as all of that is concerned. I don't know if they'll have to dig up the road or if they'll just run the heavy equipment on it. As you said, it's compacted enough now. If you pave it and you have passenger vehicles, passenger pickup trucks, school buses, that won't hurt it. The size of the excavators and haul trucks and dump trucks, that's what would just absolutely destroy it.
And planning and zoning did meet on this. They are recommending improvement. One of the things that we did talk about was that Schuber Mitchell will maintain it while it's in that construction process and until it gets accepted by the city and paved over, that type of thing. So, and then it would be ours. One thing we can point to is that the roadbed might not need to be tore up because it is considered capped if they put asphalt on top of it. Just like what they did with 249. Same thing. They covered up all of that bad soil and stuff with that asphalt and with the roadbed for 249. So this, you don't know for sure till they get into it, but there's a good possibility that it would.
Personally, my hope would be is they don't have to touch the road. Like I said, the compaction rates are just better when we do pave it.
Yeah, that'd be nice if they, yeah.
One other thing, how wide is that road?
You know how wide that road is? 50?
It's a 50-foot right of way with a 30-foot roadbed.
Okay. Any further questions, comments? Okay, we just need a hand vote for approval.
So we have an ordinance later, that was just to discuss in the weeds.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you very much. Anything further you'd like to add? Okay, thank you, sir.
Questions, let us know.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. Okie dokie. We'll go to item number 7, approval of bids for Lakeside Park Pavilion repairs and improvement. And we've got a memorandum here with 3 bids from Mid Central, Nelson, and R.E. Smith. We've gotten bids for labor and supplies, and then materials, labor, and supplies. Steve, do you have any comments?
My recommendation is that we use Nelson Enterprises to do it, and that we purchase the supplies and deliver them to him and let him do the work for us. There are some the supplies category on that is screws, sealant, that type of thing. That you don't know how much you need to use. But that's my recommendation.
Materials would be sheet metal.
Sheet metal and the, not sheet metal. It is siding like we've used on all the others, that T111 siding, and that is paint also. And then fans for air movement underneath that.
Does that include under the inside?
Yep, that does the west side of it and also the ceiling part of it.
And what's going up on the ceiling?
Same material. We've used that on other pavilions.
Okay.
Okay. So
Make a motion, we can go with Nelson then.
I've been dissatisfied with their work in the past. Does anybody have any comments on this? I'm very apprehensive to go with that contractor just because of past work.
Is there like a history or just that one incident or like an extended history? I mean, because I'm new here, so I don't know. That's why I'm asking. In details or something we should know about, or because otherwise it's in our best interest to save
Before,
money.
right, Steve?
Do what?
We've used Nelson's before, haven't we?
We've actually used him for a lot of projects. The project in question was the dirt work out at Country Club Park.
And the fencing around the splash pad, I was not completely satisfied with.
Yeah.
Some other projects, I felt like he just didn't finish them. He did most of the work, but then the finishings weren't great. I mean, I think we all recall the $25,000 that was spent at Country Club Park. I didn't think that was worth it.
Wow.
But, I mean, we
It
have,
feels like a contractual issue, right? We just need to write the contracts
To hold it to make
to
sure
the
it's
point,
finished.
that we need it.
I second Roger's motion.
okay. We have a motion to approve Nelson Enterprise for the labor and supplies or materials, labor and supplies?
Labor and, I think
Just labor and
Steve was
supplies.
talking about labor only.
Okay. All those in favor of labor and supplies from Nelson Enterprise, please raise your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the affirmative. Okay, that passes. 1 negative. Thank you. Okay, all right. Here's our big one, guys. Item number 8, ordinances. Our first ordinance is an ordinance approving an agreement with MoDOT for sidewalk improvements. Steve, can you go over this real quick, please?
Very timely, Mr. Moore brought this up. This is for the trail crossing, sidewalk repairs and stuff at the trail crossing on Roney Street. MoDOT has a plan for that, and so this is the agreement with them that they're going to be doing that work.
Make a motion to put the ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion to put the ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance to authorize the city administrator to execute an agreement between the city of Carl Junction and the Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission providing for sidewalk improvements to meet ADA standards as described under project number JSR 0337.
Thank you. Any further discussion or comments on the sidewalk project improvements?
Make a motion to put it on second reading by title only. Second.
Okay. Motion by Walter, second by David to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance to authorize the city administrator to execute an agreement between the city of Carl Junction and the Missouri Highway and Transportation Commission providing for sidewalk improvements to meet ADA standards as described under project number JSR 0337.
I'll take a motion to put the ordinance on final passage.
So moved.
Okay. This will be a hand vote to go to electronic vote. All those in favor of voting electronically, please raise your right hand. 8 in the affirmative, please.
Roll call.
Oh, we'll do a roll call vote this evening. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Anita Francis,
Yes.
Polly Levine,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Roger Spencer,
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Walter Hayes,
Yes.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
James Shanks.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That is 8 in the affirmative. So that ordinance passes, and that'll be ordinance number
2602.
2602. Thank you. Okay, up for 8B, ordinance amending chapter 705, water to modify connection and construction fees. Steve or Carol, would you like to talk on this?
That was just to bring the cost of hooking the water lines up to what they cost us today. We had to change the wording in the code for that.
Thank you. So we're just increasing the cost that we charge to
Public.
the public to cover the cost that we pay to install the water meter. Okay. I'll take a motion to put this ordinance on first reading.
So be it. Second.
Okay, motion by Roger, second by David to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance amending Title 7 Utilities, Chapter 705 Water, Article 1, General Provisions by amending Section 705.140 Construction of Lines and Maintenance Installation Fee to modify connection and construction fees.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Okay. I'll take a motion.
Put on second. Reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Walter, second by David to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title for the second time?
An ordinance amending Title 7 Utilities, Chapter 705 Water, Article 1, General Provisions by amending Section 705.140 Construction of Lines and Maintenance Installation Fee to modify connection and construction fees.
Thank you.
Make a motion to put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by David, second by Roger to put this on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to a roll call vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 8 in the affirmative. Will the clerk please call the roll?
James Shanks,
Present.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
It's a yes, no.
Walter Hayes,
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Roger Spencer,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Polly Levine,
Yes.
Anita Francis.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That was 8 in the affirmative. So that ordinance passes, and by my calculations, that'll be ordinance number 2603. Thank you. Okay. All right, 8C, ordinance approving change order number 3 with Elements Construction Concepts for the West Briarbrook Lane Stormwater Project.
This is the change that I had talked about a couple of meetings ago, which is a ditch between Hedge and where that stormwater goes in behind West Briar Lane. We just improved, it's one of the feeders that go over the head. It's got a pretty good hump in it, that needs to be taken out and that dressed up so that it drains properly and doesn't back up in those. There's several yards right in there, and it actually goes upstream.
It looks like that'll add $8,965 to our contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a motion to put the ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by David, second by Walter to put the ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance approving change order number 3 to an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Elements Construction Concepts Incorporated to construct the West Briarbrook Lane stormwater drainage ditch for the city of Carl Junction, Missouri. Said change order number 3 to add side channel stormwater improvements between Hedge Drive and Main Channel for an added cost of $8,965, bringing the total to $330,803, and authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to execute said change order number 3 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Thank you. Any further questions?
Make a motion to put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by David, second by Roger to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title for the second time?
An ordinance approving change order number 3 to an agreement between the city of Carl Junction, Missouri and Elements Construction Concepts Incorporated to construct the West Friarbrook Lane stormwater drainage ditch for the city of Carl Junction, Missouri. Said change order number 3 to add side channel stormwater improvements between Hedge Drive and Main Channel for an added cost of $8,965, bringing the total to $330,803, and authorizing the mayor and/or city administrator to execute said change order number 3 for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri. Thank you. If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion to put the ordinance on final passage.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
Now, all this was done with,
Majority.
all the work was, okay, so this is, all the ARPA money gone, this is just coming out of our,
Yes,
okay,
yeah, all that are.
okay.
Make a motion to put it on final passage. Second.
Motion by Roger, second by David to put this on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to a roll call vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 8 in the affirmative. Will the clerk please call the roll for the vote?
Anita Francis,
Yes.
Polly Levine,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Roger Spencer.
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Walter Hayes,
Yes.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
James Shanks.
Yeah, okay. 8 in the affirmative. So that will be ordinance number 2604. Okay. Okay, item 8D, ordinance approving a final plat for Foxbriar 7. We just heard a PNC case on this.
Motion to put the ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by David, second by Roger to put the ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title for the first time?
An ordinance accepting Foxbriar number 7 of Carl Junction, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you. Does anybody have any questions or comments that weren't addressed?
Motion to put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Okay, motion by David, second by Roger to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title for the second time?
An ordinance accepting Foxbriar number 7 of Carl Junction, subject to certain conditions.
Thank you. I'll take a motion for final passage.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by David, second by Walter for hand vote. Sorry. Okay, hand vote to go to a roll call. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. 8 in the affirmative. Thank you. Will the clerk please call the roll call vote?
James Shanks,
Yes.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
Walter Hayes.
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Roger Spencer.
Yes.
Bob McAfee.
Yes.
Polly Levine.
Yes.
Anita Francis.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. That is 8 in the affirmative. So that'll be ordinance number 2605. Okay. Thank you. All right, moving right along to 8E, ordinance annexing road right of way for portions of Ivy Road, Grimes Street, and County Road 284.
Make a motion to put it on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Roger, second by David to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance annexing all of the road right-of-way for Ivy Road located on and on either side of the township line between Township 28 and Township 29 in Jasper County, Missouri, from Route YY east to Rainer Farm subdivision, and all of the road right-of-way of County Road 284 and Roney Street south to curve past Iron Lane, and all of the road right-of-way of the east intersection of County Road 275 and Grimes Street from Ivy Road south to the Kitch property line, all being a part of Jasper County, Missouri, as more fully described in the body of this ordinance. Thank you.
Steve, can you give us a rundown on what this is and how it came about?
After a long time of dealing with the county, this will clean up our property, the city limits on the north side of town, because we have a proposed development that started with a proposed development on the very north end of Redwood, whatever that's subdivision's called. It's not Redwood. They're the developers. Deerfield. There we go. Deerfield along Ivy, and the current city limits is on the south side of the road. And to be able to get that development in to city standards, we needed to have the city limits on the other side of the road so that driveways could be constructed as appropriately. There is one hitch with this. There is a small 0.05 portion of that curve on North Roney that is not included in this. The engineers, I should say the surveyors, didn't survey it all the way down to the right portion of our city limits. So we will have to come back later and go through this process on that 0.5 of an
That little
acre
tiny spot.
to connect the two together. It will be totally surrounded by our city limits now. Ms. Tally never saw any of this. I never saw any of this, and in doing the final stuff, I think they're the ones that actually came up with the fact that there was two different.
Right. The last time around, it went through the engineers, the legal description went through the engineers before we sent it to the county, and they did their petition for annexation. But after we had the public hearing, and by the way, we haven't had any objections, have we?
No.
Okay. After that, I thought it appropriate to just run it by them one more time, and apparently their engineer, Mike Keaton, sent it back to the surveyors who announced, oh, what about that other little section that we added on? We didn't know about it. It isn't any part of this, and we'll have to come back with a subsequent annexation petition and go through this whole process again, but it'll just be very small instead of this extensive legal description you got.
Is that the curve up here?
Yeah, basically that little portion is the curve itself. So,
Okay, that's the one that just goes up and.
Yep.
Okay. By the old railroad track.
the old, yeah, it goes over the old railroad tracks.
This gets about 99% of what we need
Yeah, it
done.
does.
And we've got to come back to that 1% later. But
Will we get the 1% done this year? I think this is.
Probably about 10
I don't know
years.
what hurry is,
I'll have them write. I got to go back to the engineers and have them write the legal description and mapping for that little piece. And that will kick it off again.
and then it's, at least, we got to convince the county to go through this again. But I don't foresee any problem there. They've been cooperative, and I'm sure they will be on this, but,
They have been cooperative. They've been time consuming, but they have been.
yeah, but we're looking at a couple of months, I would say.
Well, that's unfortunate, but any questions, comments, concerns? I'll take a motion to put this ordinance on second reading.
So be it. Second.
Okay. Motion by Roger, second by David to put this ordinance on second reading. Will the clerk please read the title for the second time?
An ordinance annexing all of the road right of way for Ivy Road located on and on either side of the township line between Township 28 and Township 29, Jasper County, Missouri, from Route YY east to Rayner Farm subdivision and all of the road right of way of County Road 284 and Roney Street, south to the curve past Iron Lane, and all of the road right of way on the east intersection of County Road 275 and Grimes Street from Ivy Road south to the Kitch property line, all being part of Jasper County, Missouri, as more fully described in the body of this ordinance.
Thank you.
Make a motion, put it on final passage. Second.
Motion by Roger, second by David to put this ordinance on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to a roll call vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 8 in the affirmative. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Anita Francis?
Yes.
Paul Lee?
Yes.
Bob McAfee?
Yes.
Roger Spencer?
Yes.
David Pyle?
Yes.
Walter Hayes?
Yes.
Darrell Wolford?
Yes.
James Shanks?
Thank you. Okay, that was 8 in the affirmative with 0 opposed. So that'll be ordinance number 2606. Okay. Okay, 8F, ordinance approving 2027 fiscal year budget. Okay.
I'll make a motion to put on first reading by title.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion by Walter, second by Roger to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance adopting the 2027 fiscal year budget.
Thank you. Okay, I believe everybody's had a chance to review the budget. You all have a copy in front of you. Does anybody have any comments, concerns before we approve the budget?
Make a motion to put it on second reading by title.
Second.
Motion by Walter, second by David to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk read the title for the second time?
An ordinance adopting the 2027 fiscal year budget.
Yeah. If no comments or concerns, we can take this to final passage.
Motion to put the ordinance on final passage.
Thank you.
Second.
Okay, motion by David, second by Roger to put this on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to a roll call vote, please. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, 8 in the affirmative. Will the clerk please call the roll?
James Shanks,
Yes.
Carol Wolford,
Yes.
Walter Hayes,
Yes.
David Bile,
Yes.
Roger Spencer,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Audrey Levine,
Yes.
Anita Francis.
Yes.
Okay, 8 in the affirmative with 0 opposed. So our budget is passed, and that'll be ordinance number 2607. Okay, great. Okay, going right along. Ordinance G, ordinance establishing salaries for city employees effective May 1st, 26. So this is the ordinance that we have to pass every year for our wage schedule.
Make a motion to put it on reading the title only.
Second.
Okay, motion by Roger, second by Walter to put the ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance establishing salaries for city employees effective May 1st, 2026.
Thank you. Um,
One adjustment in there we're making aware of, the one that was attached to it, we actually did an adjustment to the city treasurer's salary. Elena brought it to me suggesting that we raise that. Mary Beth has been a tremendous resource for both of us, especially for Elena. We have added some extra duties on to her. Per the auditor, and so we thought it was appropriate to compensate her for those additional duties that she's doing. So that would take her some time.
On
Well-
those positions that have one individual filling them and there's a range, is that in the eventuality that that individual may leave the position and to give flexibility in the hiring of the replacement and their salary?
It's twofold. That is the main portion of it. The other is that it gives us a target range when we're doing salaries for each year, that we try to stay within those brackets, on the yearly stuff. But the main reason is, so that we can forward thinking.
Give raises, right?
Yeah, you didn't hire me in at what Mary Beth was making, I promise.
As a federal employee, I don't know what raises are, so this seems sweet. I mean, people work here.
Yeah, our budget did include raises for the employees. 3%, or was it 2.5? I think it was 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, so approximately 2.5% raises across the board. Okay. Okay. Any further questions on that? Oh, and I'll just say that change for the city treasurer was brought to Walter and myself, and we both agreed with that change.
The second reading, make a motion to put the ordinance on second reading with title only.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by David, second by Bob to put the ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance establishing salaries for city employees effective May 1st, 2026.
Okay. Anything further?
Motion to put the ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Yeah, motion by David, second by Roger. This will be a hand vote to go to roll call vote. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. 8 in the affirmative. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Anita Francis,
Yes.
Paula Levine,
Yes.
Bob McAfee,
Yes.
Roger Spencer,
Yes.
David Pyle,
Yes.
Walter Hayes.
Yes.
Carol Wilford,
Yes.
James Shanks.
Yes.
Thank you. 8 in the affirmative with 0 opposed, so that'll be ordinance number 2608. Okay, and then the next one goes right along with it. Ordinance number H, appointing city officers to the city for the ensuing year.
I make a
Um,
motion that we table this ordinance until such time we have a mayor elected and installed. We can make a recommendation about the appointment of these officers.
Does anybody want to second that
I'll second.
to table? Okay. Does this have to be approved or?
When's that, when do we expect that? When does he get seated?
It'll be at the end of the next meeting, April 21st.
The only thing I'll say is,
If it doesn't happen, then we won't be appointed for May 1st.
well, no, the only thing I was going to say is we always do this at the first meeting. So we
Yeah.
always do this before.
Yeah, that's correct.
Is all I was going to say.
I can only think of one other instance where it's done, we've done exactly this before.
I know last year we had the same discussion about the budget and all these things getting approved right before a new mayor is seated. But most of these are by state statute that we approve the budget at this time.
I don't recall us ever having.
If we had one back when Jim Wisdom would not approve them, and then Mike Moss came in as soon as he was seated at the meeting, and that's when he
Your
approved.
memory is better than mine. That is a while ago.
Yeah.
He's younger.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so there's no issue with tabling this until the next meeting, you foresee? Okay. Okay, all those in favor of tabling ordinance H, appointing city officers to the city for the ensuing year until the April 21st meeting. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8 in the affirmative. We will pick that up on April 21st. All right, we did it. Okay, move along to number 9, reports. Our first one up is administration report. Steve, anything on here you'd like to touch on?
I don't. I do have, I was going to do it under new business, but this is a great place to do it. I do have 2 quotes from, one from TEC and one from SNS about the security cameras in this building. We've only got 5 working at the time, and between the 2 of them, they've been able to figure out that it's the DVR on in our server rack that is the problem. And what SNS came in at $7,673, and Total Electronics came in at $11,000 for those repairs.
How many gigabytes are we talking here, Steve? Terabytes. My goodness.
You know, it used to be memory was cheap on storage.
Has went up, I get that.
It is went up extremely high. This will give us about 30 days, and it will cost us somewhere, if we want to add to that, it's about another $1,500 for somewhere around 45 to 60 days worth of storage.
Is this 1080p? Is that what we're doing, or are we doing 4K?
4K.
We have to do 4K.
It is more expensive to go to 5 megapixel than it is to go to 4K. 4K is the bottom standard now, and 5 megapixel cameras are going the wayside. And so they are more expensive than what they used to be. And the DVR to run 5 megapixel is a lot higher too than what the 4K ones are. We have 21 cameras in and around this building. That 8 of the cameras will work with the 4K ones. So there's only 13 cameras that need replaced. Help.
Will the others need to be replaced shortly thereafter?
Not until they go bad. And we'll just replace those one at a time as they go bad, which is what we've done. Main problem that's knocked them out now is the DVRs went bad. And I have no idea how old that DVR is. I think it's only the second one that we've ever had in this building. So it's 16 years old. Got pretty good use out of it. I would like for you guys to approve this tonight. It is an issue on the security side, especially with Kenny. He uses those camera systems to keep track of the kids. And he hasn't been able to do that. So it's been a big deal for him.
Steve, what did you say it would cost?
$7,673. And that is with SNS.
And on the city hall side, the camera that watches the Dropbox we have, the water payments, one of the ones not working, and the camera we have in city hall over the cash register, also one of the ones not working. So
Yeah.
we're pretty blind right now if anything happens.
So we don't even have a live feed? Excuse me.
We don't have anything.
The heck with the DVR, we don't even have live.
I think we need to get it fixed as quick as we can.
Need a motion to accept that then?
Yes, I do.
SNS.
Also make the motion to accept it.
Second.
Motion by Roger, second by David to accept the bid for SNS to update the security cameras for $7,673. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. Okay, that's 8 in the affirmative, so we can get those cameras taken care of, please. Okay.
That's the only thing I have.
Okay. What about the strategic plan? Looks like,
They are in the final throes of getting everything buttoned up. We do have a draft of it. They were waiting on Algie Martin to get information to sound design. We probably have a meeting, I'm thinking the end of May. For presentation, and then we can go through.
alrighty. Okay, any questions or anything else anybody wants to talk about on here?
I do.
Yes.
On the Lakeside Pavilion, how soon can he get that done? It'd be nice to have it open before the farmer's market starts the end of this month.
Yeah, can we put a,
Put a rush on
Put a
it.
rush on it.
I'll check with him tomorrow and see how we schedule it.
When's
opening day for the farmer's market is April 30th. Yes.
He went into a hurry.
Yeah, less than, yeah,
Request that it's completed.
3 weeks.
It is, yeah, and you're gonna depend on shipping, because you're talking about almost 70 sheets. I would think
That's on us.
Are we doing that? Yeah, that's, we're gonna order all the supplies,
Yeah.
right?
Do we have any of these supplies already?
No. I can order it right away.
Okay.
That's not.
Okay. Okay, any more administration report? Okay, let's see, I've got a police department report next. Chief, what would you like to discuss this evening? Anything?
We do have some, I've sent Steve a bunch of, or several emails. As most of you know, probably everybody knows, FIFA World Cup soccer is coming to Kansas City and across the nation.
as part of that, Kansas City PD recognizes that they cannot handle everything, and they have reached out to every agency across the state of Missouri, federal partners, state agencies, and everybody to help out with that. And as such, I forwarded Steve MOU. If we want to let our officers take part in that, they have been instructed that they will need to fulfill their duties with Carl Junction ahead of any scheduled shifts at Kansas City. They will be eligible for overtime. The city would have to pay whatever meals and overtime and pay ahead of time, and then they would get reimbursed by FIFA or Kansas City World Cup. I don't know, but they've received $59.something million in grants for them to be able to do this. There is some paperwork that follows, not only for me doing interoperability surveys for the motion radios that we have, but trying to commit however many officers want to go, however many shifts they want to do. It will not cost anything in lodging if they stay up there, because they will furnish lodging in universities and schools, dormitories, I should say. So I think Steve will probably have an MOU next council meeting so that we can get that signed with Kansas City. Again, that just takes approval from the council for that to get the ordinance approved for the MOU. But it's a national thing. It's actually a world thing with the World Cup soccer. I've been part of big details in the past with presidential candidates and stuff. People want to take part in it. I am not opposed to the officers going up there and being able to take part in something like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's neat.
Do what? You think we'll be sending guys, or you think they'll?
Yeah, I months ago, I sent out to ask if anybody was interested in it. I had interest in it from several people. And then, like I said, I've been in contact with Kansas City, and so they know that we're interested, and they've actually sent us the sample MOU to get signed. So, yep.
Okay. And then you did get that application for the Blue Shield. Did we get that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did get notification that that's approved.
Okay.
Part of that was the application process. They approved it, and I think it's July 1st. They'll send out notification of a grant that will be eligible for being part of the Blue Shield designation.
Okay, great. Good job on that. This isn't on your report, but can you touch on the kids riding the motorbikes around? Is that allowed? Not allowed?
There's a big question on that.
Yeah.
Part of it depends on if the electric bike has pedals or not. If it has pedals, it's considered pretty much a bicycle. If the electric motor is not the only means of propulsion. If it's the only means, that it's considered a motor vehicle, and they cannot ride them on the streets without a valid driver's license.
Okay.
I believe our city ordinance right now says you're not supposed to ride bicycles on the sidewalks. So we're really in a catch-22 of, do they ride on the road? Do they ride on the sidewalks? Are they going to get in trouble for each? Do they have to be licensed? And I think we're probably going to have to go away of making some ordinances that deal with that, because right now there's actually 3 different classes of electric bikes.
Yeah.
Class 1 and 2, I believe, have pedals. Class 3 does not. It's considered basically a motorcycle. So actually, I've had Sergeant Dickey doing some research on that right now. And that's the only reason I have this much information.
Okay, yeah.
You've been telling me about it.
Yeah.
I had no idea there was different classes and what they entail, but so we are looking at that and trying to figure out how the best way to handle that.
Okay. I know I see them zooming around on the road, and it's usually younger.
Around, yeah.
Yep. Okay. And then I believe we have 1 opening right now, soon to be 2 openings in the department.
Currently, we have the 1 opening. Come May 1st with the new budget, there will be 2 openings. However, we are losing Detective Dagnan, so there will be 3 openings.
Okay. Okay. And then anything else you'd like to comment?
I think that's about it.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, did anybody have any questions for the chief?
I was gonna say, I was gonna bring it up too. I mean, the bicycle thing has been brought to my attention more than I would prefer. But I appreciate you guys, you know, follow the laws we've got. And I mean, all the online complaining and stuff is nonsensical. I mean, these people are making arguments that these kids should be able to go anywhere they want to go in the world, on the road. And it's the driver's responsibility not to hit them, which I find nonsensical. But I appreciate what you guys do. Just keep it up and we'll try to clean up the code as best we can.
Okay, just, since he brought up social media,
Yes,
there was no one injured in the train accident. Nobody was dragged half a mile down the road. It was strictly a property damage only. Somebody brought, I can't remember, he talked about possibly a $500,000 bill. Actually, after talking to the engineer with the train engine damage, it's possibly upwards of $3 million.
Oh,
damage
goodness.
done throughout the whole thing.
Wow. Okay. But that driver, he did jump out and he was just fine.
Do what?
The driver did jump out and he was just fine.
Yeah, he was fine.
He waited a lot longer than I would have when
Right.
he last saw.
Right.
He was right there.
I'm not sure who he made the first call to, but if it was us, then we have the intersection numbers and everything that we give directly to the railroad. That he just ran out of time to get it recorded and before the train was there. State did work that accident, just FYI, railroad crossings through the city are actual federal property, state works train accidents on.
So us as a city, we're not out any money for that. Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. We will move along to Public Works. Jay, what do you got for us?
We got 2 new guys hired. One of them's already started, but the other not when he starts.
Great. Okay. All our mowers are up and going. Okay.
We got the new
Did-
mower.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Did we get that new big one?
We haven't got the big one yet.
Okay. Oh, did we get all the bathrooms opened up at the parks? Okay, great.
We have to get the back repaired out there.
Okay, thank you. And then what's the time frame for opening the splash pad? That's like right after Memorial Day or Memorial Day weekend, usually, or earlier if it's hot.
You know, it used to be that we did the pool that way, but the splash pad is more weather driven. And as soon as these cool nights and cool days, as soon as those are over and we're at a pretty consistent, I'll go ahead and open it up.
Okay.
early, you know.
And we had talked about purchasing an extra pump and having on hand. Is that something we'll still do for the splash pad?
Yep, I think Harvey was trying to find them. Yeah, and
Okay.
I haven't heard from him.
What about the sunshades? Blow those up?
Yeah, they'll put them up when I get them.
Oh, we got them though.
Okay.
According to Doug Hetty, we ought to be able to do it by the end of April. That's splash pad open.
All right. And then still dealing with contractors around town.
Yeah, they're putting off the bigger splash pad. They've used that.
Oh, yeah.
in their wall. They moved everything off of it. I told them when they first started, they cut down about.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions for Jay? Okay. Thank you. Okay. Okay, let's go through committees. Budget and Finance, Walter?
We passed the budget tonight. Nothing left to do there for this cycle as far as the budget committee goes.
Great. Thank you to everybody who worked on the budget. I know that's a big undertaking, so congratulations on getting that passed. Code and nuisance, Carol?
Nothing.
We did pass the ordinance
Yeah.
adjusting for the water meters, okay? Human resources, Roger? Okay, thank you. Public facilities, David?
Appreciate having the bids for the pavilion improvements so we can get that done. Thank you.
Great, thank you. And nothing for economic development. And we will go to unfinished business. Anita, any unfinished?
I do know.
Okay, Bob?
Nothing.
Roger?
Nothing.
Nothing for me. David, any unfinished?
Yeah, I just want to say that for me, it's disappointing and embarrassing, honestly, to go through an impeachment process, hire a special counsel to guide that, go months without a mayor, get to election night and have a question posed about the process of filling that vacant office and not be able to give answers about it. It's not acceptable as far as I'm concerned. I am really kind of at a loss about it.
Okay, thank
That's
you.
all.
Okay. Any unfinished? Walter?
Real quickly, we put some temporary speed bumps out on Terrell, I believe. And I got an email this week thanking us for doing that and asking us if we might consider doing the same thing on Park Lane. Apparently they're slowing down for the speed bumps on Terrell and then speeding right back up as they go around the corner to go to the ballpark.
Would have a nice on those.
Okay.
So that's all I can.
Okay, thank you. Carol, any unfinished? Okay, James?
Yeah, probably not elaborating. I tend to agree with Dave.
Okay, thank you. Unfinished to Steve?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Elena?
Yeah, I'll bring it up. Steve and I have had a couple of training sessions with Civic Plus, who are the ones that are doing the new public portal. You will be voting through that public portal. Right now, we have a go live date of the second meeting in June is what we are shooting for. So we need to know, this will be a web-based system, so you'll be able to sign in. We just need to know who has laptops, tablets that they want to use, who do we need to get tablets for, and we will need to use that for the new voting software because we found out today that what we have is absolutely not compatible with Windows 11, and there is no fixing the voting that we have now. We just learned that today. So we just kind of need to know who will need what for when we get to that point, and the target date is the second meeting in June to have that live.
So you'll have to have Windows 11 either on your tablet or your laptop in order to use it?
That's for the old system. That's why we can't use the current system it has, because this is now Windows 11 and it's not, well, it doesn't work with that. This new one will strictly be web-based. Okay. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Talley, any unfinished?
Well, I feel really bad about this situation with the mayor.
You were unaware, so.
I was unaware, and I feel like I shouldn't have been unaware. You know, as I've told the mayor pro tem, I'm getting pretty old. And if you all want to find a new city attorney, I understand. All you have to do is tell me that. I enjoyed the job, but I really feel out of step when this hit me as a surprise tonight. And I don't know what the reason was for that, but the issue is a complicated issue. Just momentarily looking at our code provisions, it is a complicated issue. I've not considered it. I've not debated it. I wasn't aware that we were electing a new mayor in the upcoming election. So I am, maybe I'm just too old to be here. I don't know. But you only need to ask, and I'll graciously, believe me, I will step down. I've done this job for a lot of years. I thought I contributed to the proceedings that we have here, and I thought I added. And if I'm not, then please let me step down, and you find somebody else. But not offering it right now. I'm just saying, it won't take much, just a little coaxing from you, and I'll be happy to end my tenure after more than 25 years. Nothing goes on forever. So, anyhow, my apologies for the question I raised when I heard the question from the audience. I was surprised.
Well, Mr. Town, without speaking out of turn, I'm probably a little younger than you.
Yes.
I didn't think of it either. I'll take just as much blame, and so when they send you out of here, I'll just go with you. Because none of us, as far as I can tell, kind of thought about this all the way through. I took it for granted. I just kind of thought the state laws, state statutes must have been clear. Otherwise, we wouldn't even have this. I just figured, oh, okay, this must be the way it is. I didn't think anything of it either, so I'm with you. I understand.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Unfinished to Jay. Thank you. Any unfinished, Chief?
No.
Thank you. Okay, we will go back around for new. James, new?
No, ma'am.
Carol?
No.
Walter? David, any new?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I did want to mention for my new, next Thursday, the 16th, is the Community and Education Awards. If anybody's interested in going, I think we could get a table. So if anybody is interested in going to the Community Awards, please let us know as soon as possible so we can get some tickets for that. You can bring your spouses if you like. Okay, and that's all for me. New business, Roger?
Yeah, I don't know if this is new business, but
Yes.
it has to do with the pavilion, where the pavilion is.
Yes.
And to the east of the pavilion, there's grass.
Yes.
There's an electric box.
Yep.
There's water stuff and everything. And I think that that needs to be cordoned off where nobody can go in there and park because somebody has run into that electric box and now it's like that. And I think that we shouldn't have parking in that area. It's all grass.
Yeah.
Sure, it wasn't a drunk.
They will.
That wasn't a golf cart guy.
Yeah, they
But-
go for soccer games and they crowd in there.
And they
It's-
crowd in
yeah.
there and they back up and they hit the stuff and there's
Yeah.
kids running through there. I think that's.
You can't see it when you're in your car.
Roped off or something, or.
Steel
yeah,
pipes work wonders.
Steel pipes or chain across there. And they still have room to go down the golf cart or the path. and stuff, but I think it looks terrible too. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
That's my suggestion.
Okay. Yeah, let's visit that and take a look and see what we can do there. Okay. Anita. New. Okay, thank you. Mr. Kelly, any new? Elena, any new? Steve?
Beat me to it. So we got that too. Yep,
Same thing?
same thing.
Okay. Okay. New for Jay? Okay. Any new business, Chief? Okay, thank you very much. Any other business before the council this evening?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Yeah, motion by Roger, second by David to adjourn. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. 8 in the affirmative. We are adjourned. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. Oh.
Yeah, gotcha. Yep. Thank you. Trying. I am a trying.
Isn't that the goal?
But to get on.